Jerry Holtrey, and he spent his whole life in basically in one school developing one school, one program developing one program, and arguably some of the most unbelievable athletes in the history of American swimming have come through Cleveland, Ohio, and Jerry's program, the Hawkins School. Coach Holtrey says, "This is just a fantastic award, and it means so much to me because just being around and being mentioned in a group of coaches like this is indeed quite an honor." A couple of his memorable moments were winning his first state title for his team in 1982, and then when Diana Munns made the USA Olympic team in 2000 and went on to medal for the Team USA. Please join me in welcoming Coach Jerry Holtrey.
This is quite an honor for me. In fact, I think being inducted to the American Swimming Coach Association is probably the highest honor that a coach can receive. And I'm really humbled by this. Looking at the coaches that are going in this year, I have to keep pinching myself because I keep saying to myself, I don't belong in this group. This group has got everything. If they've been Olympic coaches, they've had swimmers that have broken the world record, American records. They've been coaches of the year, and to be mentioned in the same breath as they are is quite an honor. But I'd be really remiss if I didn't mention a lot of other people that helped me get to this particular point in my career. I had the opportunity of swimming with three coaches who I consider the greatest coaches in the history of swimming. For those people that are from Indiana, the Huntington YMCA, Glenn Hummer, was the coach I swam for. And he was a tyrant. He had us swimming in a quarry for our workouts in the summertime. He also was a coach of another swimmer that went on to become quite outstanding. That was George Haynes. George came from Huntington, Indiana. From there, I went to the University of Michigan, swam for Gus Stager, another person that was highly organized, introduced great workouts. And from there, I went to Indiana University and swam for Doc Consolin. And Doc was the one that gave me a lot of guidelines, answered all my questions anytime I had some questions, and I had many of them as I was growing up and deciding that I wanted to go in the direction of coaching. And a couple of times I'd call him up quite late at night and ask him questions, and he always took the time to answer all my questions for me. And I had him come up to Cleveland several times to give clinics because I thought I needed it more than the swimmers did. But having those three mentors helped me a great deal becoming the coach, hopefully, that I am right now. Another group of individuals that I really admire, and that's my assistant coaches that I've had over the years. I've had, about 3 or 4 weeks ago I started counting, I've had 33 different assistant coaches. And most of the time when you have an assistant coaches, they are the people that are highly motivated, enthusiastic. They're like sponges. They suck up everything that you tell them, and they provide a lot of great information for you. And I've learned a great deal from them because they always have new ideas. They like to try new ideas. And I'd like to thank all the assistant coaches I've ever had. And for about the last 25 years, I've had a pretty stable group of assistant coaches. I've had one coach that's been with me for 25 years, Rick Stacy. Another coach has been with me actually about 40 years or 42 years, Tim Hagel, and I think Tim is here tonight. And I've been real fortunate that a lot of the assistant coaches were head coaches of other teams A couple of them are college coaches, high school head coaches, and for some reason they came over to our program and added a great deal. So in their case, I learned a great deal from them, and I'd like to thank them, and also another group, and that is the families of those coaches. I don't need to tell the coaches in this room that if you're going to develop a program that's top-notch, it's going to be 24/7. It takes a great deal of time. Your family is sacrificed many times because you're working from maybe 5 o'clock in the morning until 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So your wife suffers, your children suffer, and I want to thank the families for all of that. The last group I want to thank is my family. I don't know what I would have done without their support, understanding, and patience. And my 3 daughters are here. Debbie, would you stand up? Kim and Sherry. And some of you probably see that we've got 3 tables of family, friends, and it's because it's close by. If this happened to be in Los Angeles, we would probably only have 2 or 3 people here. So I thank all of you, and there's one other person that I've got to thank, and that is my wife. Donna, will you stand up? Stand up. I don't know how I got lucky to find somebody like this, because for 48 years we've been married. And in that time, the first 3 or 4 years we were married, I did work 7 days a week. And our big night out was going to, was it Target? The big night going out was just to maybe Target to do some shopping for a couple hours, and then I had to get back to the pool. But it took a great deal of patience on her part. She gave me a lot of guidance, a lot of support, and I wouldn't be here right now without her. So, Donna, thank you. And I want to congratulate the other inductees. What a group, outstanding. And I'm really honored, and I thank you very, very much.